Hey space enthusiasts! Get ready to have your mind blown with these incredible space facts that you probably didn't know. We're about to take a wild ride through the cosmos, exploring everything from floating tears to giant clouds of alcohol. Buckle up because the universe is a stranger and more fascinating place than you ever imagined. You know that feeling when you first wake up in the morning and you're just a little bit taller than you were the night before? Well, imagine that, but on a cosmic scale. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station actually get taller during their missions. Without the constant crush of Earth's gravity compressing their spines, they can gain up to 2 inches in height. Of course, it's not a permanent growth spurt. Once they're back on terra firma, gravity does its thing and they shrink back down to their normal size. We all know about the moon, Earth's faithful companion in the vast cosmic dance. But did you know that our planet sometimes picks up a temporary dance partner? It's true. Earth has what astronomers call a mini-moon. A small asteroid that gets captured by Earth's gravity and hangs around for a few months or even years before being flung back out into the solar system. It's like cosmic hitchhiking on a planetary scale. They say that in space no one can hear you scream. But did you know that in space your tears can't flow either? It's true. Because there's no gravity to pull them downwards, tears just kind of clump together in little floating blobs around your eyes. Imagine that, a happy cry turning into a weird, watery science experiment. Chapter 4. The real hottest planet. Here's a trivia question to stump your friends. What's the hottest planet in our solar system? If you guessed Mercury because it's closest to the sun, you'd be wrong. The title of the hottest planet actually goes to Venus, and it's all thanks to its incredibly thick atmosphere. This dense blanket of gas traps heat like a furnace, sending temperatures soaring to a scorching 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Chapter 5. The price of space fashion. Ever wonder what it would cost to suit up for a spacewalk? Well, let's just say it's not your average trip to the department store. A NASA spacesuit is a marvel of engineering and technology, designed to keep astronauts alive in the extreme environment of space. And all that high-tech gear comes with a hefty price tag, a whopping $12 million per suit. That's right, you could buy a fleet of luxury cars for the price of one spacesuit. Chapter 6. Space Cookies. What's more comforting than the smell of freshly baked cookies? How about freshly baked cookies in space? That's right, in 2019, astronauts on the International Space Station used a special zero-gravity oven to bake the first-ever cookies in space. Now, there was a catch. These cosmic cookies took a whopping 2 hours to bake. That's one long bake time. But hey, when you're pioneering the art of space baking, patience is a virtue. Chapter 7. Time travel is real. You know that saying time flies when you're having fun? Well, it turns out time also flies when you're in space, literally. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that time is relative, meaning it can pass at different rates depending on your speed and gravity. And because astronauts on the International Space Station are orbiting Earth at incredibly high speeds, they actually experience time slightly faster than we do down here on the ground. Don't worry, the difference is minuscule, about 1/100th of a second per year. But hey, it's still time travel. Chapter 8. The Sun's True Colors. We've all grown up drawing the sun as a big yellow ball in the sky. But what if I told you that the sun isn't actually yellow at all? It's true. The sun emits all colors of light, which is why we see a spectrum of colors in a rainbow. However, Earth's atmosphere scatters some of that light, and the color that gets scattered the most is blue. This leaves behind the other colors, which combine to make the sun appear yellow to our eyes. But in the vacuum of space, the sun shines a brilliant white. Chapter 9. A Toast to the Cosmos. Calling all beer lovers. Deep in the constellation Sagittarius there's a giant cloud of, wait for it, alcohol. And we're not talking about a little bit of cosmic booze here. This massive cloud, known as Sagittarius B2, contains enough ethyl alcohol to make 400 trillion pints of beer. That's enough to quench the thirst of every being in the Milky Way galaxy many times over. Of course, this cosmic brewery is about 10,000 light-years away, so don't expect to find any space beer on tap anytime soon. Chapter 10. A day longer than a year. On Earth we take for granted that a day is shorter than a year. But on Venus, things are a little different. You see, Venus rotates on its axis incredibly slowly, taking a leisurely 243 Earth days to complete one rotation. But here's the kicker. It only takes Venus 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. That's right, a day on Venus is longer than its year. Talk about a long day at the office. Chapter 11. Saturn, the ringed giant, a celestial beauty with a secret. It's less dense than water, that's right, if you could find a bathtub big enough, Saturn would actually float. This gas giant is mostly made up of hydrogen and helium, which are much lighter than the rock and metal that make up Earth. So, while Saturn might be enormous, it's also surprisingly buoyant. Chapter 12. Space might be a vacuum, but it's not exactly silent. In fact, the loudest sound ever detected in the universe came from a black hole. Astronomers using NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory detected sound waves emanating from a supermassive black hole in the Perseus galaxy cluster, located a staggering 250 million light-years away. This cosmic symphony was so low-pitched that it was 57 octaves below middle C. That's a note so deep that no human could ever hear it. Ever wonder if there's someone else out there looking up at the stars and wondering the same thing? Well, back in 1974, we decided to reach out and say hello to the cosmos. Using the Arecibo radio telescope in Puerto Rico, scientists beamed a powerful message into space, aimed at a star cluster 25,000 light-years away. This interstellar message, known as the Arecibo message, contained information about our planet, our DNA, and even what humans look like. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these space facts, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more cosmic content. Keep looking up. Remember, the universe is full of wonder and mystery, and we've only just begun to scratch the surface of what's out there. So, stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop asking questions about the cosmos. After all, as we've learned today, space is a pretty weird and wonderful. Buckle up, space cadets! It's time for some out-of-this-world secrets. Did you know the first astronaut was a dog? In 1957, Laika hitched a ride on Sputnik 2. Sadly, she didn't make it, but she paved the way for us humans. And those Apollo footprints on the moon, they'll stick around for millions of years. But that's not all. The Voyager probes, launched in '77, are now in interstellar space, carrying a golden record with Earth's greatest hits. Oh, and an astronaut once smuggled a corned beef sandwich into space. Crumbs everywhere. Space even smells funny, like burnt steak. And who could forget Pizza Hut's epic $1 million space delivery in 2001? Hungry for more facts? Stay tuned.